Alright, let's check out XRP. So when we made our video on this like a week or so ago, we outlined obviously we were in this very bearish bear pennant, and once we did break down, which was right here, we've been predicting a breakdown target of 29% all the way down to the 54 cent level. So far we've only managed to come down 19.5% give or take a percent or so. And from what I can see, the market structure hasn't necessarily changed in the macro to midterm. In the short term, you could argue that this could be a bottom. This could be momentum picking back up to the upside. I mean, if I just draw a very BS line of best fit, which is why I'm not really the biggest fan of trend lines. I'm more of a moving average and Fibonacci trader. But you can see, at least in the very, very short term, we are putting in an uptrend. We do have a bottom here and a bottom here. So what I wanted to analyze is really, have we done this before? Have we put in these bottoming patterns and then had a big rally and fallen off the table? So first of all, let's zoom out to the macro term. You can see that XRP obviously put in its all-time high all the way back here in 2017, 2018, and coming into this bull market, it lost a lot of euphoria. We barely made it to $2, and up here, we made it well past $3. So from what I can see, XRP not only has diminishing returns, it has diminished interest. It seems like there's less active people in the community, and the people that are still in XRP are probably the people that got back in over here, or they were buying the lows down here. I don't see too much talk of XRP anymore. It's all about the dog coins and all about the meme coins, really. But yeah, I mean, what I can see is previously when we have put in these bottoming signals, we have bottomed, or quote unquote bottomed here, here, and here. From here, we put in a bottom, another bottom, and then we started making higher lows, and we had a big explosive rally. And as you can tell, like if I've got all of these tops circled, but you can see we had a top here, top, 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 and this is somewhat cherry picking some of the data, but not really. From a macro perspective, obviously I could have talked about this top, but I'm really talking about these big euphoric tops that we have before we do rollover, because obviously I'm not talking about this top and this top and this top. I'm really talking about when it spikes up and then rolls over. So do keep that in mind. But from what I can see, we do have not really a linear trend line, but you could see if I drew a line of best fit, it would be something like this, a downtrending line that we just keep on running into, a wall of sellers, if you will. And so far we haven't really managed to break the trend in the macro term. So obviously I put this over here as a potential top. If we move it over to here, you could still very much argue that we are in a downtrend. So what would I personally need to see to believe that this is actually the bottom for XRP? Now, the one thing I want to give XRP, I want to give it the benefit of the doubt for, is XRP basically moved after Bitcoin went into a bear market, or after it had topped out. So if we go over to Bitcoin, if we zoom out, we go back to the previous all-time high, you can see Bitcoin topped out on the 17th of December. Let me make sure it's the exact date, even though it really doesn't matter too much. So yeah, the 17th of December, we topped out. And from what I can remember, obviously it's been a while since back then, but from what I can remember, XRP basically went on a rally after Bitcoin had topped out. So Bitcoin topped out literally here. So let's find out where it was if we were bottoming down here. We were literally down here. So we basically finished the bull market for Bitcoin round about here, specifically on this wick down here, and we did proceed to put in something like a 3x. If I take the chart from here, move it up a bit, and yeah, you can see we put in basically a 3.7x, which was obviously a very nice return if you were an XRP back in the day for this. Since then, obviously, so that was the run that Bitcoin had after we put in the bull market top. that is kind of giving XRP, you know, somewhat the benefit of the doubt and saying maybe if we do enter a bear market, XRP could go on a run and do what it did last year. But, you know, personally, I do think that's a little bit unlikely. I am just giving it as a possible scenario to be somewhat fair with XRP, because obviously I am giving, you know, mainly bearish analysis on this. This is just how I feel about the chart. But, you know, I will, you know, give XRP the benefit of the doubt when I see it. So if Bitcoin does go into a bear market, which, you know, I'm not saying it is, but Bitcoin is obviously acting up right now. It is heading down slightly. If we don't start exploding in the next few days, I'd probably say that's your best case scenario for XRP, because, you know, XRP hasn't been outperforming Bitcoin at all. For example, if you bought Bitcoin back at the all-time high and you just held, you would be, you know, completely fine. And you know, you wouldn't have lost money, you would have made a lot of money. And talking about best case scenario for XRP, let's say, you know, you held on from the all-time high and you sold the exact all-time high, and like that's being conservative. I'm not even saying, you know, we're down 76% from the last bull market's all-time high. I'm saying, you know, if you basically got out at the exact all-time high over here, you'd still be down 40%. So from what I can see, macro XRP is extremely bearish. I do have a trend line. I think it links up with the weekly instead of the daily. So you can see that we've got our candle body close over here, 2018, and, you know, we've got a bunch of rejections all the way down here. So previously, you know, we did put in these highs down here, and then we managed to, you know, bottom, have a quick rally up to this rejection point, get rejected. So really, for me, like, there's a lot of overhead resistance for XRP coming in. I do think if we do have a rally, XRP has a lot of areas to break before it proves itself. In my opinion, it could do something like this, rally all the way up to, you know, 120 and still be macro bearish and fall off the table. That is obviously a nice trade. It's a 50% move, but I do think a lot of other altcoins would move a lot harder than that within the given time frame. So look, if you are a big XRP fan and you're going to be buying it no matter what, unlike me, which, you know, like I say, I don't own XRP, I never plan on holding XRP, it's not, you know, one of my coins that I like. But if you were, I would be looking to break this red trend line. If we do break this red trend line, at least in the short term, you could potentially see a retest of this fib, which is, you know, that's, I would barely get out of bed for that. And bear in mind, this is obviously the bottom fib, so the 2.36 being below that is so bearish. So I mean, we could even break above this, come up to here and get rejected, and we would still be below the absolute minimum fib. If we did do that, I think we'd be breaking all the way back down to 55. Like I've been saying, you know, I'm not getting rid of this target. We obviously have, you know, fulfilled like 66.66% of it, as, you know, it was a 30% move, and we've come down 20%. So we've basically done 2/3 of the move, had a slight bounce since then, and, you know, this could be the bottom, which is why I'm saying let's give it the benefit of the doubt, say potentially this could be the bottom. For me to, you know, get out of bed, and, you know, I don't even want to use the term get out of bed, for me to wake up from my bed, go on TradingView and think, oh, XRP is doing something good, I would need to see a breakout of this red trend line. I'd need to see a break above the 236, and then I would need to see a break above the 200-day moving average. If we do zoom out, you can see XRP does quite well respect the 200-day moving average. When we do have these uptrends and we do backtest the 200-day, we go parabolic. As soon as we lost the 200-day, it was the end of this bull cycle. And previously we spiked up to it, got rejected from it multiple times. We were below it all the way here, and you can see as soon as XRP got above it on the 27th of July, we held it, went on a massive rally, back tested it, fell below it, back tested it again, and once we had it as support, we basically exploded. Once we lost it again, we went in a massive downtrend. We got above it, went on a massive rally, held it as support, massive rally, and ever since then we've been stuck below it. So in my opinion, the number one level to keep your eye on is the 200-day moving average. So even if we do break out, like I said, I would need to see more than a 16.5% move. I'd need to see a back test of the 618. If I was personally buying XRP, which like I said I'm not, I would do it round about the 93 cent level, and obviously this will change. The 200-day moving average will move up and down depending on what the general price of XRP is doing. So if XRP just decides to tank tomorrow, this will come down a lot faster than it will currently. So that's basically all I see. You can still see this as a resistance zone, you can still see this as a support zone, so we're really stuck in no man's land. We haven't made a decision in the micro term, but obviously just to highlight, we are extremely bearish in the mid macro term, and the very macro term, I mean, I don't even need to say, we're extremely bearish, especially if the bear market comes, you know, this cycle. I'm just saying it as a hypothetical. If Bitcoin breaks into a bear market now and XRP doesn't go on a rally, and all of these altcoins made insane gains, like, you know, Solana went from like $1 to, you know, $280. Bitcoin went from like, what was it, 17,000 the last bull cycle, or 19,000 the last bull cycle, all the way up to 69,000. So even Bitcoin, which has a huge market cap, managed to do a 3x, and XRP is still down, you know, 70% or so, and specifically the high here was 40% down from this high. So yeah, that's basically all I see. So yeah, I would be looking for a break above the 200-day moving average, which is at 93 cent. Until that happens, I'm not going to be getting out of bed. So that is all I see for XRP. If you are holding it, best of luck. Once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.